Nintendo Switch nears PS2 sales record, Ed. Speaking of sales, but rising prices could stop the comeback. Nintendo Switch is now within striking distance of becoming the best-selling console of all time, 155.92 million lifetime sales, closing in on the PlayStation 2 at 160 million.
The
It
way
would have
that
already
they
passed the
cheated to
PS.
get that number.
It would have already passed it if they stuck with the original number, which was 154 million. But then somewhere, somehow, Jim Ryan found 6 million PS2s were sold somewhere after that, like, quote unquote, final number. But yeah, hey, if they sold them, they sold them. I know the PS2 was big in like especially like South America, till like the mid, like 2014, 2015. I mean, they're still making MLB The Show until like 2014 for PS2. So
crazy. That is super crazy.
However, Nintendo's recent hardware price hikes and slowing yearly sales may make that final stretch harder than expected. With only 3.8 million Switch systems sold during the last fiscal year of Nintendo, forecasting just 2 million more next year, the company may need to keep the aging platform on shelves for several more years in hopes to surpass Sony's legacy on PS2 milestone. It would be really cool to see them do that. I don't think Nintendo really cares at this moment. Like,
Nah.
I don't, I mean, 156 million units, like, I mean, even if they hit that 160 million, it's already at an impressive number. It's been an impressive number for a long time.
Right.
It's, again, as a Nintendo fan, that'd be really cool if they passed it, but.
And like, they're still indies and third party still supporting the system. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does hit 160. Definitely, we still got young kids, and with the prices of consoles on Sony and Microsoft going up, this might be the best option for a lot of people who enjoy video games. And like, if people want to start learning, building up a great library and not get the Switch 2 yet, but they heard great things about the Switch, then to go with the Switch, definitely with the older version,
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I'm interested to see how. The thing is like, if they're raising the price of the Switch 2, right? I'm almost wondering if that'll actually push more Switch ones out the door, especially Switch Lites out the door. It still plays a lot of the same games, and if you're buying stuff for your kids, right? Like, Switch Lite, I kind of want to get a couple more Switch Lites, to be honest. If I had the money, I would, but just to have them and like let my kids play them and stuff, right? But like, I don't know, man. I still might get another Switch 2 though, just because my kids are starting to really be into games, and like, maybe we'll have a chance to play together on separate systems, because I don't want them to touch mine.
Think if there was like a newer version of Switch 2, like how old it was on the Switch, I'll definitely get one like that.
Oh yeah, when there's a refresh, I'll definitely get one. But there's getting the same console is a little like, he should slow down a little bit, but especially with all these games coming out, right? Like, I would rather play the games than look at a system with not games.
Dude, I still have my Zelda Switch OLED still in the box.
Why?
Like, because I had the same OLED. When the OLED one came out, I brought it, and since it was like available at Best Buy in Wisconsin, I'm like, let me snag that, because I was getting prepared for all tiers. Like, I was going all out, and plus I was working so much, so which is like, I got the money for it. So yeah.
Well, if anybody wants to get us each one. Nintendo, if you want to send us an extra one, we're open to it. Just throwing that out there.
Of course.
Nintendo, we're not picky.
Nintendo laughs. Years ago, go far.
Man.